Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. If you are watching this on the day that I uploaded this, happy Monday to you. If not, happy day to you, or evening, good evening, night, whatever time of day it is. I hope it's going well. Today we are going to be reading cards for Jimin and Taehyung. Just seeing what their current combined energy is like and what they think of one another. So remember to keep in mind that these videos are for entertainment purposes. Why is that? That is because we do not have Jimin here nor Taehyung to confirm nor deny that what I'm seeing in the cards and how I'm interpreting the cards is resonating with them or is not resonating with them. That's not to say I'm accurate or inaccurate. Just, keep in mind that these videos are for entertainment purposes. So with that being said, let's get started on Jimin and Taehyung's tarot card reading. All right, so let's get started on Jimin and Taehyung's combined energy. What is their combined energy like currently? Ooh, we got the we got the Page of Swords in reverse. Ooh, some gossiping going on. Let's see. Let's see. Death, okay. Okay, some changes going on. And then we got the 10 of Spheres, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I really do feel like there's something going on between Jimin and Taehyung that is causing there's a big change. Let's start with this death card, right? So death is all about major transformations, big transformations. And normally these transformations are really good. But because we got the Page of Swords here in reverse with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting the sense that maybe the dynamic between their friendship has changed. There has been a transformation within their dynamic where it seems like maybe they can't really talk to one another as much as they used to. Because I do see, I'm getting the sense that things used to be very good between the two of them. With the 10 of Pentacles here coming up, and with the Page of Swords, I feel like normally they would be able to come talk to each other about anything and everything and they'd feel good. And especially when in regards to finances or things in regards to home, family life, because this card is all about, tradition and feeling absolute physical abundance here in the 3D world. But because these cards came in reverse, I really feel like Jimin and Taehyung, there has been a change in their dynamic. And with the Page of Swords in reverse, this can talk about gossiping and just bringing bad news. So either I'm getting the sense that there have been some bad news that has happened between the two of them, and so whatever used to be really good for them isn't so good anymore. So it could be that either their dynamic has changed and maybe they can't really talk to one another as well as they used to because there's some kind of gossiping involved or some kind of bad mouthing or talking badly or poorly of one another. Or another thing that I'm seeing too is that there is a change, there is a transformation that has happened where something that used to be so good that would bring them absolute abundance has changed, and there have been bad news. There's been some bad news that has been brought to their attention. So I'm not sure if it's a bad news and gossip between the two of them, of them, or yeah, how do I want to word this, of them towards one another, or if it's something else that has happened that has caused a change in their dynamic. So let's get some more cards representing, let's get some cards representing Jimin's thoughts on Taehyung currently and Taehyung's current thoughts on Jimin. Also, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing their names. You know, that is not my intention to disrespect them. Um, so just give me some grace, y'all. That's all I ask. All right, so let's get some thoughts. What are Jimin's thoughts on Taehyung? Jimin's thoughts on Taehyung. We got the Three of Swords. Ooh, heartache, heartbreak. Nine of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Let's get Taehyung's thoughts on Jimin. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Cups in reverse. Ooh. And the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, there's some complexities here with their reading. We got the Three of Swords. So Jimin's thoughts on Taehyung is that, like, Jimin thinks that Taehyung has been hurt. There's been some kind of like heartache that he sees is going on with Taehyung, and it could be that Jimin thinks that Taehyung just takes too many. He takes too many, like, how do I want to say it? Like, he tries to do a lot. Um, you know, the Nine of Wands is all about being resilient and persevering. So I think that Jimin sees or thinks that Taehyung, although he is hurting, he sees that Taehyung is still being resilient. He's still being strong. He's still persevering, and he's still being patient. He's still working on things. He's still being grounded, is what I'm seeing in regards to Jimin's thoughts on Taehyung. Um, so I don't know. Like, I don't think the dynamic between them is what's causing a rift, but I think it's like an outside source. Especially with this Three of Swords coming up with it, which is all about, you know, getting hurt. You know, like your heart is hurt, you're broken. That heartache type of stuff. Now, what I'm a little bit more confused about is the cards representing Taehyung's thoughts on Jimin. Taehyung feels that Jimin is kind of trying to function out of an empty cup. You know, the Ace of Cups normally talks about having your cup full, having a renewed sense of love, having lots of love to offer. But when this comes in reverse, it means that, like, your emotional cup or your spiritual cup is empty. So Taehyung feels that Jimin doesn't really have, or is like emotionally depleted. There's some depleted of emotions, and Taehyung feels that Jimin sometimes lives in a little bit of a fantasy land. The Eight of Cups normally talks about, you know, traveling, wanting to move, and, you know, traveling based off of like what you feel you want to accomplish. If that makes any sense. I don't think that sentence made any sense. It didn't in my head, but like this card in reverse talks about, like, sometimes you're seeking a fantasy. You're moving away from something that's good in search of, like, hoping to find something better that maybe is unreachable or doesn't really exist, or like it's some kind of like fantasy, some kind of illusion. So I think that Taehyung feels that Jimin, his cup is empty right now. His emotional cup is empty, and Taehyung believes that Jimin sometimes like lives in a fantasy world where he doesn't really see things for what they truly are. Um, because he wants to hold on. Like the Four of Pentacles is all about holding on to things. I really feel that Taehyung believes Jimin sometimes holds on to things a little bit too long. And I think it's because Jimin has a lot of faith in people and in situations. So he always like is very loving is what I'm seeing. He's very loving even whenever like the cup is empty, that situation has gone. He still believes that there's hope. He still feels that there's hope and there's something good is still right around the corner. He holds on to these things a lot rather than kind of being realistic about situations. He sometimes gets in his feelings, and because he feels that like, oh no, like this person can change or our situation can change, he holds on to it for as long as he can, because he still has hope. He still believes in something good happening between a situation or between like a person or something. So I really do feel there's like a heartache that happened between Taehyung and Jimin, where there's something that happened, and I don't think it's in regards to either of them, like this happening to one or the other, or like them being the cause of it, but it really has caused a little bit of a separation, because I really do feel like Taehyung is resilient and Jimin knows that Taehyung is resilient, and he keeps on being patient and working on things even when he's hurt. And Taehyung believes that sometimes Jimin holds on to things a little bit too long, just because he feels that like, change is possible, or things can get better. And sometimes he's not as realistic as Taehyung is. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's get some advice for Jimin and Taehyung. All right, let's finish off this video with some advice for Jimin. Four of Pentacles coming up for him again. Wow. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, all Pentacles. So I'm really seeing Jimin really needs to be a little bit more realistic and like grounded is what I'm seeing. That's like the immediate sensation. But let me draw some cards for Taehyung's advice, and then we'll get into these cards. Seven of Moons, or the Seven of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. All right, and let's get two Camelot Oracle cards, one for each. Let's get advice for Jimin. The Doubtful Path. Oh, yeah. Morgana. All right, I know Morgana is all about kind of like that occult knowledge and intuition. But let me just get like a little bit of aspect on this. Knowledge, wisdom, foresight. Yeah. And then the Doubtful Path is coming easily to me, like the message that I'm really seeing. So the advice for Jimin is he needs to, instead of like holding strong to like his emotions, sometimes he needs to hold like, or like ground himself. Be, rather than holding on to his feelings and his emotions, he really needs to hold on to, like the reality of situations. Sometimes people fall apart, sometimes people don't work as well together anymore, and that's okay. The Three of Pentacles normally is about people coming together, working well together, people bringing in their strengths, their individual strengths, to continue working well together. But when this comes in reverse, it's all about kind of like not really wanting to work with others. And he needs to kind of like ground himself in knowing that like sometimes like people used to work well together, and things change and situations change, and sometimes those same people that you used to get along with don't want to work together anymore, or they don't, yeah, they don't want to work together. And it can be a little bit cold-hearted. With the Five of Pentacles, they could be a little bit cold, they can be a little bit harsh. um but he needs to start kind of learning to be okay to doubt situations, and to be doubtful that things will get better. Just because a situation used to be really good where everyone used to get along well, sometimes things change, sometimes situations change, and they might be a little bit harsh, they might be a little bit cold-hearted. But he needs to start grounding himself and knowing that, like, sometimes things don't get better. And he needs to choose another path. um Sometimes things are broken. I'm noticing this little broken cup. He needs to ground himself and being more realistic and seeing situations for as they truly are. If something's already broken, and those people aren't willing to want to fix it or fix this situation, and like help fix this broken situation, they need to choose a different path. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for Jimin, is to really be a little bit more realistic when it comes to situations. Um, and the advice that I'm seeing for Taehyung is to stay grounded. He has a solid foundation. And with the way that Jimin sees Taehyung, Jimin does see that Taehyung is very resilient, is patient, and works hard. And so the advice for him is to continue staying grounded with his work ethic, with what works for him, and to try and not do too much. The Seven of Cups is all about having a lot of options to choose from, but because this came in reverse for him, the advice is that, like, sometimes, like, having so many options, you become a little bit discombobulated, and you don't know which cup to choose from. You want to do too many things at once, or you start being a little bit indecisive because you do want to reach for all of the cups, all of the options that you have. So the advice I'm seeing for Taehyung is to continue staying grounded with his work ethic. Continue writing. I'm noticing this book, whatever it is that, like, he writes or he does, that keeps him grounded. I really do feel like he writes. To continue doing that, continue working on building up his skills. With the Eight of Pentacles is all about, building up skills, and continue gaining that knowledge. Like, look, I'm seeing this book again, 2 books. So continue learning, continue improving, continue gaining knowledge in regards to his skill building, and staying strong with what he knows works for him, and try not to do too many things at once, and also try not to do too many new things. He already has a good focus and work ethic on what he knows works for him. So I really do feel for Taehyung, he just needs to continue doing that, and try not to do too much and do, like, too many new things that steer him away from this grounded, solid work ethic that he already has. So that's what I'm seeing for Jimin and Taehyung. Let me know what you thought of this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, or a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. That's totally okay too. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please subscribe to this ducky channel. It would make me very happy. And that's it for me. Remember to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and sexually. Love and respect yourselves and others, and stay hydrated. I will see y'all on the next video. Thanks. See ya. Bye.